Much. I want to move now to Miri, a retired colonel in the Israel Defense Forces. Thank you so much for being here with us. So you were listening to our reporter there giving us the latest. First, I just want to start with the symbolism of the timing here. 50 years, pretty much to the day of the Yom Kippur War in 1973.
And most definitely at the exact same time that perhaps Israel and Saudi Arabia were getting closer. And at a time period which has been so difficult in Israel, you're seeing here terror organizations saying, we're not going to allow a change in the situation. We're going to do something bombastic, not different in that sense from when they tried to blow up the Oslo Accords in 1994, 1995. I mean, we are seeing something here which is unprecedented. I said before also, hopefully it won't happen, but if there is an alert, I'm going to have to go off the air. I too have had several alerts this morning in the Tel Aviv area, and we're all feeling the 50-year weight of what was there. I was a kid in the 73 war, but it definitely feels the same.
Yeah, I want to ask you, what seems so strange here, how these people got in. We heard there from the sea and the sky. Paratroopers? How unusual is this?
So the term that Hadass was using before was paragliders,
Yeah,
and
paragliders.
those are the kind of, absolutely. First of all, there's no question whatsoever. We're looking at something which is coordinated, planned, long-term planning. So I'm going to put aside for the moment the strategic surprise. I'm sure we'll talk about that endlessly. I just want to talk at the moment about when we talk about Hamas training, Hamas doing different things. They fire rockets into the sea. They do all sorts of different actions, and you watch it, but they did not actively participate in any of the main exchanges that took place in the last 2 years. And I say 2 years of planning, 2 years of executing it. Let's be clear, you can always plan and execute. Of course, the question is, how were we so surprised? And I'll add in that we expected, in a horrific way, a very similar type scenario up north. And one of the things that we always say about Hamas and the Gaza Strip is that what they do, Hezbollah can do times 10. So that right now I'm sitting here in the Tel Aviv area, and I'm more worried about the implications of something similar to what we've been seeing in these last 6 hours, expanding and including also the entire northern front.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it, because, Hamas, we heard them exhorting Palestinians, Arabs to take up weapons and attack. So do you expect this to spread?
I don't expect it necessarily to spread, but this is something that was very well planned, very well coordinated, and I worry. I'm the incoming director of an Institute for International Terrorism, ICT, just a month ago when we were sitting and talking about the challenges themselves. What am I worried about right now? I'm worried that this, and yes, I'm going to say it now, is something that does come out of Iran. The person who has come out and spoken until now in the Palestinian arena is the ever figure that we never see, Mohammed Deif. He's totally an Iranian run person. Salah al-Elaoui, who is the Hamas person sitting in Lebanon, used to sit also inside Turkey, another very strong Iranian connection. And in that sense, the fear here is that there is something that is broader and could yet spread. And I want to say clearly, I have no doubts that Israel will prevail. But just like we ask ourselves on how strong are we, we're in the middle right now of battles taking place inside Israeli towns, kibbutzim, moshavim, and they're still at it right now. And we will prevail, but the price is going to be horrible.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you about Israel's response here. Israel's security cabinet, they'll be meeting, I think, in 2 hours from now. What are the options, do you think, in terms of a response? And if Israelis have been captured, how does that complicate the response?
Complicates it completely. And let's be very clear, Israel is already responding. When we're responding, we were strategically surprised. It means that our response is to the ones that we knew from before, but this is something that we were not necessarily ready for. So right now, we're a ship in that sense. It's going to take a little bit of time until we move and change, and we will do so. But the responses here are going to be, first of all, how we make sure that we deter Hezbollah and make sure that this doesn't also open a northern front, that from front, that Hamas itself, that Hamas pays the price. And I want to say clearly, it's not the people of the Gaza Strip, it's Hamas. Hamas just did a cross-border land, air, underground attack into Israel, and they sit in the Gaza Strip, and they are going to be hit. And it is going to be harsh and difficult, and war never looks good. And they started a war, and it's going to continue.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. We'll have to leave it there, but really appreciate your expertise on this. Miri Eisen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.